whole demeanor is completely different. I swear. 7 years old in 6th grade. An example of what gifted students at the Deokoro Magnet School can accomplish. Dr. Vivienne Deokoro is the founder and visionary, and she joins us now to tell us and to help us figure out if you actually have a gifted child, and also to give us information if the gifted school is the right choice for your child. Good morning.
A very good morning. A pleasure to be here.
Thank you. How long has the school been in operation?
Approximately 22 years this year.
What was the motivation for you to start the school?
The motivation was I grew up a gifted child, but never knew it, never knew the term nor anything, because I don't really remember a time when I could not read. And then I grew up. In those days, I've just dated myself, there was no age limit to the common entrance then.
Right.
So I took it at age 8. I went into Manchester High School. And so by the time I was 14, I had finished high school with 8 GCEs at the time. And it was very difficult for me to go into college, because nobody would accept a 14, 15-year-old going into college. And so I just had to just stay out of school literally. What I did was I threw myself into music, and I finished all 8 grades of the Royal School. So that being the background, I could now understand being an adult, giving birth to some of these aliens myself, and then meeting the children, and then I had a music school.
Because it says here, you're a master teacher, a musicologist, conductor, instrumentalist, author, gifted education consultant, researcher, curriculum expert, and is a highly gifted and talented individual. That's what it says about you here.
Okay, thanks. That's
all right.
kind.
Is being gifted synonymous with high academic achievement?
Not necessarily, because you can have a gifted child is different from a bright child. To me, because the time is limited, I love to sum it up this way. A bright child answers all the questions and get them right, but a gifted child asks the questions. And a high achiever, any child, I think, because I believe in children, any child who is serious and focused will be a high achiever.
And how can
you can have gifted children who potentially they would be at the upper 5 or 2 percentile, but they are not focused,
right?
And so they fail.
How can parents identify if their children are gifted or their child is gifted, and actually help to groom and push them in the correct direction?
Even experts cannot agree on what is, you could generally call giftedness. But I think all of us agree that if a child is performing, for example, academically at least 2 years above their chronological age, then that child could be academically gifted.
Yeah.
And then you have giftedness in the physical, all right? And that is ageless. A child can be gifted according to visual, spatial. They can do art.
Yes.
It can be music. So it's very difficult. It's very narrow, very, very narrow, just to look at giftedness through intellect.
Intellect, right. So it's
because there's a researcher, Howard Gardner, who has poked holes into that a very long time ago, and he came out with his multiple intelligences. Okay? Because a Picasso, there is no doubt that Picasso is a gifted person. Jesus was a spiritually very gifted little boy at age 12, if you remember. So there are various areas, and it's time we stop measuring
and pigeonholing
giftedness and so just by academics, because it is not true.
So there's not only academic achievements.
Not at all.
So talk to us about the curriculum at your school.
Okay, apart from teaching the regular subjects, all right, we like to look at things like curriculum compacting, where children are not, you don't take children through a process because a syllabus is there. To compact the curriculum, it means that if a child already knows the material, that child doesn't have to go through the material anymore. And so that child needs something better to challenge them. Because if children are not properly stimulated, then what you find is that they get bored. And I just want to throw it out there to parents everywhere. I have to. That if your child is getting straight A's, 100%, parents usually love to say, my child is very bright. That child is totally underachieving. Because if a child can just get 100%, and they need to be stretched. But what you find is that a majority of teachers will just keep them there. And there is such a thing, a buzz in education some time ago in the 2006, 2007, about more like every child should learn, or something like that. And but what we are doing, we put a lot of effort in bringing the children who are below average up into mainstream. And what we are not realizing that we are dumbing down those that can go ahead. So we hold those, and we hold them with the common entrance. We hold them with the GSET, and we say, you cannot take it until you reach that age. And in the meantime, these children are just there languishing. And that is where I come in. They need a voice. But I think it's our society and what we are accustomed to, because our teachers' colleges, they do not train teachers in the specific area of giftedness. Yes, they are told about it, and they are told what are some of the characteristics. But having identified a quote-unquote gifted child, teachers don't know what to do with them because they have not been trained to do it.
You recently did a presentation, about the gifted and talented children, and molding them, and the curriculum and stuff. How was this received?
It was beyond my wildest dream and my wildest expectation, because the topic was actually the dilemma of educating gifted children in Jamaica and the Caribbean. So I went to the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children. Just think about it. The rest of the world, they are thinking that it is important enough, so that we have to share ideas. We have to see what is happening. And I met a a young man who is now about 17 years old. He's the world's youngest qualified psychologist and medical person. He's from Mexico, and he became a psychologist, licensed and everything, at age 16.
All right, you know what? Finally, before we head on over to the Are You Smarter Than a fifth grader with Adrian, if you could make any public appeal to, whether it's, Minister of Education or just in general teachers, the entire, scholastic body, what would your advice be in terms of how we can help our children?
My advice would be this: let us get knowledge ourselves. Let us go into the teachers' colleges. Let it start there, so that the teachers are aware that these children exist and what to do with them. Because I do not blame any teacher. I am in sympathy and empathy with the teachers themselves. Because when you are not trained how to deal with these children, and they are right there in front of you, because we are Jamaicans and we are very bright and intellectual people. We are not just runners and musicians, all right? And we are good in all areas. And so if we can train the teachers and have specialist education where young people are going into our teachers' colleges to say, I want to become a gifted education specialist, and then we can reach and rescue our children. And before my time run out, stop telling children that they cannot take GSAT and they cannot do this and cannot do that until they reach a certain age. Because for some of us, it is intellectual suicide.
Also, really quickly, it's a little dangerous, I think, to have children starting school too early, though, especially high school, because I don't think they understand the fullness of what to expect when they complete high school.
My rebuttal is this. No, but my rebuttal is this. if Mexico is doing it, and Guatemala, and Peru, and the United States, and that is why we have Mensa in Europe, where, because it's not going to be a large percentage of students. But what do we do with those? Because to me, if we cater for them, then every university campus would have a play and a gym set for them. So dumbing them down, it's not going to help, because what happened is... All right,
no problem. But thank you very much, of course, Dr. Vivienne Deokoro, and she is definitely representing well for the Deokoro Magnet School. All right, so who do we have with us this morning?
She'll tell you.
And what is your name? Good morning, honey. How are you?
Hi, my name is Victoria.
Victoria, that's a very pretty name. And how old are you, Victoria?
I just turned 7.
Just turned 7. You're 1 year older than my son. And I would like to see how this is about to unfold.
Many times younger than I am.
Wow. All right. So we're going to go into our version.
I should have known you were up to something.
Are you
when
smarter?
The music quiz went along and I was the quiz master.
Right. No, I'm the quiz master. How the tables have turned. All right. So now we're going to find out if Adrian is actually smarter than a 7-year-old. Which grade are you in, Victoria?
I'm in grade 6.
Grade 6. Are you smarter than a 6th grader? All right. And of course, Victoria Lewis is one of the bright sparks at the Deokoro Magnet School, and I do have a quick quiz here to test their smarts, and we'll see who comes out on top. So let's go. The first question is...
Now we'll know who the dumb...
A square-shaped field has a perimeter of 4,800 centimeters. 1 or A, calculate the length of one side of the field in centimeters.
Can I get a pencil, please?
Yes, go ahead, Victoria.
4 into 4,800 is 1,200.
And so the answer is 1,200 centimeters.
1,200 centimeters.
And Victoria is correct. All right, convert the length of the side to meters.
Please.
Convert the centimeters to meters.
Since 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, it would easily be 12 meters.
Are you serious?
All right. I give up.
All right, Adrian, no, you have to try it. I'm hopeful for the next one, Adrian. Very well done, Victoria. All right, name the different types of families, Adrian.
I have it.
Okay, let Adrian get a try. Let Adrian get a try. I'm asking for Adrian now. Come on, Adrian, come on. The different...
I'm tempted to say my family and your family.
Stop, Adrian.
I know this.
Yes, you should.
I know this. Yeah,
time running out.
Family.
Yes, single parent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Families out there.
Victoria, I think this is what to
nuclear family.
Yes, nuclear. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Single parent.
And we have other families, like extended family and
yes.
other family. I don't know. Are there any more?
Yes, there's one more. Victoria,
You have nuclear family, blended family, extended family, and single parent family.
She is 7 years old, 1 year older than my son, and I'm floored right now. All right, let's go. List the parts of an egg.
Well, first you have the shell,
the
outer membrane, the inner membrane, the yolk, the albumen, the chalaze, and the air cell.
And one more,
And the blastodisc/germ spot.
The what?
Blastodisc or germ spot.
No, say no more. Just the what?
Last one. Final question, Adri. 10 points. 10 points, okay? Let's go. What are the 2 types of baby birds? Adrian, wait 1 second. Adrian, let me hear you take a crack at it.
Pass.
All right, go ahead, Victoria.
Altrishell birds and precocial birds.
Oh, well, I need to go back to school. Miss Deokoro, when do I sign up?
How do we sign
How much
up?
is school
Really
fee?
quickly, how do we get in contact with you?
Okay, we are at 57 Hope Road. We are the day school in the GSAT Center. The GSAT Center is an evening program. Excellent.
And we can just look in the directory and get your phone numbers.
Right, we are 57. 978 9668.
978-9668.
So I
57
qualify as
Hope Road,
gifted
and we
or
are
special?
registering.
Adrian, I'll talk to you off here. If you qualify, we'll talk to you off. Very gifted.
Do I get a star for that?
Founder and visionary of the Deokoro Magnet School, Dr. Vivienne Deokoro, principal and student at the school, Victoria Gadishaw Lewis. Everybody put your hands for Victoria, please. Put your hands together for Victoria. In a moment, we stay in the academic, but in the up as yet.